Hi, welcome to the Curve for Health Matters. I'm Kat Leonard.
And I'm Meghan Bradley.
And here we deliver you a deviation from the straight and narrow, right here.
Speaking of curves and all things curvy and toned.
And bent, and stretched.
A little bent. I don't know how our guests would feel about being called a little bent, but maybe they are. Today we have Kyle and Darcy joining us from Swat, which they had just filled us in. SWAT is an acronym for Synergy, Wellness, Attitude, and Training.
Yes.
2 locations in Mississauga and in Burlington. And guys, tell us a little bit about SWAT.
Go ahead, Kyle.
So SWAT originated in Port Credit. We are physio. We have physio, chiro, massage, personal training, and a yoga studio. It has been, we've been open for 3 years now. We started with 5 employees. We are up over 25 staff now.
Nice.
It's been pretty cool, taking care of our community, our Mississauga community. And our success comes by virtue of, helping people with their health and their wellness in any sort of facet.
Does everyone kind of use all the services that you have? Like, is that kind of the holistic view of it?
That's kind of the goal. What we found was that we came into our existence with a fairly large grouping of people that were there for training already, and then we found them going into the clinic and doing the physio, the chiro, the massage, the stretch, that sort of thing. But what we're trying to do in the clinic is, people are now starting to come in for, back pain or, any of the issues that you may see.
Any of the pains.
So they get them better in the clinic, and then we try to keep them better in the gym.
Oh, interesting. So kind of like a 360 program, right?
Yeah.
So you talked about community, and I love community because when I think of community, I think of everybody. I think of old and young and able and
all the people
not
in
so
your
able
neighborhood.
and fit and not so fit. So, looking at you two gentlemen here, it could be a little intimidating to walk into the gym and think that you're going to see
I like to see them as a challenge, really.
Well, that's good, Kat. I like that.
I'm always
I
up
like
for
that.
Woohoo.
And certainly a goal. But there's no question that it can be intimidating and it can be scary for those in the community that maybe aren't feeling their fittest or maybe haven't done it in a while or never started. So what would you say SWAT brings to that individual?
We always say that the biggest or the toughest obstacle with going to the gym is actually taking that first step and walks through the door. So we try to make it as welcoming as possible when people come in. We have these awesome receptionists that greet you when they come in. We're not necessarily the first ones you'll see, so that takes a little bit of the heat off right away. But yeah, we always greet people with a smile. We always take there's no cookie cutter approach. Everyone's got their own needs, their own goals, their own things that they need to improve. So we cater everything to that individual. And we're not having you do the backflips that Johnny Athlete in the corner is doing necessarily if you're not able to do that. Everything we do is catered to you.
Because there's no question, reality television has kind of ruined a lot of stuff for us. We've seen, you take somebody on a show and they've never worked out and they put them through these extreme things where they're about to throw up and pass out. And, I don't think that does any favors for getting people to want to go to the gym, but it's not like that. You're going to dispel the reality TV myth for us, aren't you?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
And like Darcy said, the hardest step for, training, personal training, the gym is the hardest step is the first step in the door. And as you mentioned, having a smiling face and something that we bring to the table is a immense amount of story. Yes, we train professional hockey players and football players and fighters. Yes, we do all those things.
Yes.
But we've got a very unique facility where we also have 76-year-old clients that are just trying to stay in shape. I've got a 73-year-old female client who is still doing half marathons. Like, that's cool stuff.
That's fantastic.
But again, today, for instance,
she had to start somewhere, right?
She had to start somewhere, but and then for instance, today.
So was she physical throughout her life, or she's just starting up now?
She was fairly physical, yeah. But when you're getting into those elder years, you got to really be careful with your training.
Right.
I can't be doing what I would do with her at 73 as I am with a football player at 20.
Of course.
So do you think it's kind of a benefit to not do it for a while? Because then you don't get these habits or false beliefs of what you can do.
You know what? I think that you want to hear a certain answer. Right? I think you're looking for something. No, you know what?
Here's hoping.
I think that everyone has their level of health and wellness that they are comfortable with.
Yeah.
We happen to offer something that, you know, we can get people outside of their comfort zone while keeping them safe and moving forward in the right direction.
Oh, that's the way to do it. I mean, Kat and I love being curvy, and so one of our things is.
Me too.
Yeah, we love being curvy, and we love.
He's got a different kind of curve.
Maybe
though.
he does have a little bit of a curve, but you know, I've been a curvy woman my whole life. I have no intention of changing, but I do want to be toned. I do want to be fit. I want to feel good, but weight loss wouldn't be my goal, which, you know, for other people it might be, or so it's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, well, and it's also like just keeping your body active, the circulation going, keeping things moving and operating as it should, just for general health and wellness, right? Like not what you look like or what you weigh, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, it's definitely a matter of quality of life, like Kyle mentioned. The number one cause of chronic pain is structural imbalances, muscle weaknesses, things like that. I mean, we live in a world where even we're right now, we're sitting down. We sit way too much.
It's true.
We're on our phones like this too much. We're on our computers too much in these awkward positions that our bodies weren't necessarily evolved to do. And yeah, staying strong is one way to avoid those kind of pains and those things that you kind of run into if you neglect them earlier. So yeah, to answer your question, yeah, ignoring it's not the best way.
And talking I did. I will always try. Because if you don't try, you're never going to get anything you want.
That's
right?
true.
So talking about balance, you know, we always kind of have a stronger side, a dominant side.
Yep.
Is that a task on your spine and your whole system? How important is it to get in a perfect balance and to get that weaker side to the same state as the strong one?
Like I said, structural balance is a big thing. You'll see, well, for example, like a tennis player, they're constantly having back issues because everything they do is from one side. One side they'll have one forearm that's Popeye sized and one side that's olive oil sized, right?
Fair enough.
So yeah, if you're not trying to maintain that structural balance, eventually you're going to break down because one side's doing too much work or the other side's getting too strong and the other side's going to break down because, yeah, it's just can't keep up with the other strong side.
So would it be safe just to not try to get some strong sides and just kind of...
Back to this again?
She's still.
You're not going to convince us today.
Stay strong, guys. Stay strong.
Yeah, and that is, again, one of the reasons why we have the physiotherapy, the chiropractic, the massage therapy, the stretch therapy, all there at people's disposal. Is, I like to say, if you drive a Ferrari, you're going to have to take it into the shop eventually, right? So if you are physical, there's going to be some sort of either imbalance or even something as little as I sneezed and I got a back spasm, right?
Yeah.
You're going to need
It can
that.
happen.
And we don't like to send people out because there's kind of a loss in translation between their chiropractors or physiotherapists and their trainers that by the time they get back to us, there might be something that kind of got lost along the way and we go back to doing what caused the injury in the first place.
Okay, and that is a good news story because I do think as we age, you know, a lot of us tend to just brush it under the carpet. I'm getting older. The aches and pains are because I'm getting older. And sure enough, that's probably the case, but it's a good news story to hear that you don't necessarily have to give into it. You can fight this whole process. And so it really is, so someone's going to come in and walk me through the steps. Like I'm coming in, I'm 50 years old, I haven't worked out, my fitness level isn't that great. Walk me through the steps.
So you would come in, and as Darcy said, you would meet one of our fantastic receptionists.
Who smiles.
And then who gives you a big smile.
Love it.
And you'd feel comfortable. But we would want to know exactly what you want.
Right.
First off, we would show you around the facility, give you a good idea as to exactly what we do here, and the broadness of what we do. To really focus in on what you want. So if, for instance, you've been suffering from, you know, chronic back pain for an extended period of time, there might be some sort of treatment with the physiotherapy or a massage or stretch that may actually benefit you prior to your training.
Or a little bit of all of it, right?
A little bit of all of it, right? So taking that synergistic approach from day one is very important to us. And then with a lot of clients, what we do is what's called a functional movement screen, where we'll take a client through a series of exercises that are going to give us your muscular and structural imbalances, weaknesses, strong sets, something that we would be doing with a sports chiropractor and one of our personal trainers that we had fit with you.
And to Darcy's point, is what I do for a living make a difference too? Like if I'm on the computer all day, will that obviously that's going to impact back and shoulders and
100%.
So that you'll take that into consideration, how the person is living their lifestyle.
That's one of the first things we ask is what you do for a living.
What do you do?
Yep.
Yeah. And 90% of us do this, right?
Exactly.
It's
On
sad
the phones
to say,
too much.
but we do it.
Yeah.
And when you're dealing with professionals such as ourselves and who we have at SWAT, we'll often diagnose you before you tell us. So it's like, did you ever hurt that right shoulder, or have you ever hurt your right hip? We can see it in the way that you move prior to you even having to tell us.
No secrets, Kat.
Whoa!
No secrets at SWAT.
Wow.
They'll figure it out. Now, let's say I am that stubborn individual. You can't get me to come into the gym. I want to do better, but I don't want that environment.
Yeah.
What do you got for me?
That is something that we've been trying to address. So what we do is we do offer in-home training where we'll send a trainer out to train people in their home with some people are lucky enough to have a condo gym or a gym inside their house.
Sure.
And some people just don't want a personal trainer. So
yes.
Why would that be? Like, is that just too much accountability? Or?
It could be too much accountability. It could be
we call it like we see it here.
like lack of flexible hours.
Right.
Could be too expensive.
Right.
Many reasons.
Yeah. Okay.
Could just be that you want to
You're
do it
not
on
that
your own.
committed.
That said, most people don't have a clue what they're doing in the gym. You can go on Facebook, on YouTube, and see all these videos of people trying to work out on their own, and they're killing themselves. So what we have done is we developed an application called SWAT Health Systems, and you can find it on our website at swathealth.com under our online training portal. But basically what that does, we would complete a specific training protocol for you. So everything from your prehab to exactly what you want through a consultation form that you would fill out. And we would have basically the same information that we would have from you if you were in with us.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then
But
does
all
that
online.
change as you go?
Yeah.
For
So there's accountability. We are seeing whether or not you are actually logging in. So you could, realistically, you could log in and eat potato
That's
chips.
what I was
But
just
Big Brother's
planning.
watching.
Yeah, but eventually you got to check in.
Yeah.
But it is a nice alternative. So honestly, like you started off the show, whatever the fitness level is, whatever the interest is to be in a gym or not be in a gym, to train or not to train, there's something
for everyone. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I think we should put you guys to the test.
Yeah.
Hey.
All right.
You want to talk about a challenge? This is going to be a bit of a challenge, guys.
All
We're
right,
going
up
to take
for
a
it.
quick break and limber up, and we're going to be back doing some physical fitness with the boys. See you soon.